VPN. You've probably heard this term thrown around all over the place, and you've seen an advertisement every other click that says you need one, you need one, you need one, buy ours, ours is better than others. But what are they? Do you really need them, and how do you best use them? A VPN is simply an intermediary between you and your final destination on the internet. I will send a message to the VPN destined for Google, and then the VPN will forward it to Google. As far as Google is concerned, that message is coming from the VPN, and they generally cannot track it back to where the message started, which was my house. What is the primary purpose of the VPN? Primary purpose of the VPN is to protect you from your internet service provider. Your internet service provider right now can likely see every single website you're going to, how long you spend there, and get a little bit of an idea of what goes on within your household. That's because they are the relay between you and the internet. They see all of the websites that you're going to because they provide your DNS service. This is the service that translates ilovebrownleathershoes.com to an IP address somewhere on the internet where your connection's forwarded to. You might be asking, aren't those private? Aren't my DNS records protected? Well, I point you to a recent case where the DNS records of the executive office of the president were obtained by a private party. So ask yourself, do you think you're more secure than the executive office of the president? I pose that if the DNS records of the executive office of the president can be obtained with what is the equivalent of a wink and a nod, someone can do the same with your DNS records. Moreover, your DNS records are likely available for purchase. For example, if I'm opening up a shoe shining business, I want to know how many people in a certain zip code are potential customers. What I'm going to do is I'm going to find a marketing firm, and that marketing firm is going to have access to copious amounts of marketing data, which include DNS requests. I'm going to ask them, I want you to tell me which zip code in this group of zip codes has the most people going to brownleathershoewarehouse.com, because I particularly want to know where to put my store, and I want to put my store in the zip code that has the highest concentration of people that go to brownleathershoefactory.com or warehouse, whatever, you know what I'm talking about. You may think, that's great for business, no problem, but what if it's a little more nefarious? What if I want to find what area code has the highest concentration of people who feel a certain way, who worship a certain way, who think a certain way? I'm not comfortable with my internet service provider having detailed information about what I like, what I think, what I feel. And this is where a VPN comes in. When you're using a VPN, the only traffic that your internet service provider sees is traffic from you to the VPN. It has no idea what happens on the other side. There are many different ways to use a VPN. More than likely, you've seen it via an app on your phone. You just get your phone, you press the VPN app, and it's connected. That's what's called a software VPN. Software VPNs are known to leak, as is evidenced by this link right here. Is there an alternative? Is there something better than the software VPN? Yes, it's called a hardware VPN. A hardware VPN is a router that has the VPN built into it, meaning I obtain an account from a VPN provider, and then I put those account credentials and configuration into this router. So anything that I connect this router to is directly talking to the VPN. This router will go in front of your internet service provider's router. The diagram will look a little something like this. This way, any information that's coming off of the devices that are connected to this router is encapsulated, encrypted, and sent forward to the VPN without your internet service provider having any idea where the final destination of those packages are. And I'm talking data packages or packets, if you will. You can consider using a whole home VPN. That's what I use. I have a router that's connected directly to a VPN, and let me tell you, I am not losing any speed at all. I'm getting near gigabit connections. If you want some more details, give me a call. We'll walk through it over a screen share, and I'll probably make a long video showing you how to do it step by step by step by step. But you can't hook up your entire house to a VPN. That way you just have one account, but a million devices on that thing. One problem you might run into is streaming on a VPN. We're going to make a video showing you how to address streaming on a VPN next. You might have seen a lot of advertisements for different VPN gadgets on Instagram saying, this is the greatest gadget, you need to have this. I don't know, internet service providers hate this, and it's all just a scam. All of these things can be found for free. There's something called OpenWRT. It's a great open source project run by privacy advocates and router enthusiasts. You can also buy pre-configured routers as well. Give me a call, I'll tell you where to go get those, but all this stuff is free for the most part. The only thing you really have to pay for is the VPN provider account. But if you want, you could also create your very own VPN server that's dedicated only to you in the Amazon cloud and the Google cloud on Microsoft Azure. But suffice to say, it's all just smoke and mirrors. VPNs are easy to use. They're free for the most part. give me a call. We'll talk about setting it up. I think they're a great thing to use. You should be using one. I have one on my phone on 24/7. Another quick note, you don't have to use the VPN app that your provider gives you. There are provider agnostic VPN apps that allow you to have multiple providers on one app. We're going to go and do a whole other video showing you how to do that step by step. But for now, remember, a VPN is an intermediary between your final destination on the internet, be the websites that you want to go to, providers that you want to access, and your internet service provider. You can have a VPN router for your entire home, so that way every device on Wi-Fi in your home is connected through the VPN. You're going to see a bunch of stuff on the internet, a bunch of ads purporting to be next generation this or greatest thing ever. You can make those all yourself for free. Give me a call if I haven't made the video yet on how to do it.